Hello, completed Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. Want to share impressions. Lords of Shadow 2 is a slasher in the best traditions of the genre, and a worthy sequel of the first game. Disregarding a small introduction in which we learn a prior history, the game begins exactly at the same point where the first part ended. Zobek, the villain, comes to Dracula, the main hero, and tells that for centuries that passed after events of the first part, adepts of Satan were gathering forces and now are about to set their lord free. Which means for Zobek and the wicked Dracula following, I quote, "You and I will become his favorite pets for all eternity." For this reason, Zobek offers a deal. Dracula regains his strength and prevents returning of Satan. In return, Zobek gives Dracula the thing he desires the most. Because the story is good, I will not tell what exactly Zobek promised Dracula. You will find out yourselves. I will just tell that during the walkthrough you will learn everything you need. Why Dracula was inactive for ages and wicked. What happened to his lineage. Why Dracula hates people and the rest. Before we get to the gameplay, I would like to give credits to staginess and dialogues in the game. Voices and on-engine cutscenes correlate with the grim visual presentation and create appropriate atmosphere. From the point of view of the gameplay, Lords of Shadow 2 is not only a slasher, but also an adventure. It means we will not only fight demonic creatures, but also search for levers, necessary doors, and so on. Basically, the game encourages you to visit every alley, because there you may find upgrades for health and weapons. And you will find these upgrades very useful, because fights in the game are intense. About fights we will talk now. As a main weapon, Dracula has the Shadow Whip. It is a great multi-purpose weapon, useful in a close and medium distance. Besides the whip, Dracula wields the Void Sword, that replenishes health, and Chaos Claws, that deal additional damage and pierce armor. The battle system of Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 has certain features that distinguish it among competitors and make it unique and memorable. Firstly, while in other games parrying is only desirable, in this game it is vital. This necessity to parry is caused by the fact that by parrying you gain focus, that needs to gain energy, that needs to use claws and the sword. Without them, the game would be very difficult. Therefore, if you want to win, you will have to parry a lot. Secondly, even the weakest and smallest enemies are rather clever, often block attacks, have a bunch of attacks including unblockable and distant ones. So, they present a substantial threat, and you must stay on guard even if you fight only 3-4 simple enemies. Considering say the buff, we get intense fights on a medium difficulty. On the highest difficulty it was very hard to fight even usual enemies, while the bosses were insanely tough. For those who like the first part of Castlevania Lords of Shadow, I want to tell that the second part is close but has certain differences. Lords of Shadow 2 has no division on chapters and missions. All the walkthrough is a single journey, as it was in God of War 3 and Darksiders. That is why if you wish to revisit any location and search for secrets, you must go there on foot. You will also find significant changes in combos. The game became more spectacular and darker. It is obvious that developers put a lot of work and money in it. In conclusion, I want to say that I liked the game very much. It is individual, has interesting story and a memorable fighting system. If you want to get a wider view of the game, you may watch an hour-long fragment of gameplay available on my channel. See you later!
I am the Prince of Darkness. I am and will be forever a thorn in his side. That is my vengeance.